Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is the Mobility Movement. My name is Crystal and I've teamed up with Rise Strength Lab for their October challenge. This is going to be your mobility session for this week. We're doing a whole body, more recovery, restorative sequence. So hopefully this is going to feel really good. You're going to need a mat, grab some pillows. If you have a block at home, you can also use that. But we really want to be nice to our bodies today. I want to encourage you as we go through this sequence to really focus on gentleness in your body. Don't worry about super deep stretches. Just really tap into your breath and kind of just let your body unfold. Our bodies are so much more willing to open up when we don't force them. And so less is more here. So think of this as the yin to the yang. All of the boot camps that you guys are doing, or all the strength and conditioning that you're doing, that's the yang work. This is going to be more that yin stuff. So it's really about looking inward, focusing on the breath, and just letting your body be. Okay, we're going to start in child's pose. And so whenever you feel ready, I'll get you to transition there. So however you like to get into child's pose, doesn't matter, but we're just going to come down, arms extended, forehead to touch the mat. And really just let your chest kind of melt through. If you have sensitive knees at all, what you can do is just kind of raise up your hips. Okay? You don't have to sit as far back into child's pose. So I want you to take a moment and just check the body. Make sure you've ironed out any wrinkles in the back of the neck. You can take your hands a little bit wider if that's hard on your shoulders at all. You could bend your elbows too. I really want this position to feel super comfortable. So once you've found the position that works best for you, I want you to notice the breath and really start to observe the body. We're going to bring some mindfulness practice into this session today. So as you're going through movement to movement, just really letting yourself be here. If you notice your mind wandering, maybe to what you have to do today or something that happened earlier this week, see if you can just put that off to the side just for a moment and gently encourage yourself to come back to the breath. With each pose, I want to encourage you to find stillness in the body. On the next inhale, we're just going to move from side to side to get a little bit of a lat stretch. So walking those hands over to the left side, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And then I'll get you to kind of lean into that right shoulder until you feel a gentle stretch along the side of the body. See if you can tap into the breath. And as you exhale, that's when your body naturally wants to soften. Inhale, and we're going to switch over to the other side. So just walk those hands over and then kind of lean into the left shoulder. Gentle reminder to come back to the breath and the body. On the next inhale, walking the hands back to center. And then we're going to inhale, bring the chest through, and lay our body down. Just laying our body down. We're going to bring those elbows right beside our shoulders, or underneath our shoulders. And then we're going to press up, lifting from our upper back. Placing those elbows underneath the shoulders. Think about lifting from your chest. And then I want you just to relax the glutes and let the front body start to be stretched out. Make sure you're not cranking on your neck too hard. So just bring the chin down, but lift the chest up. What I'm going to get you to do, if it feels comfortable. Okay, so if it doesn't feel comfortable, don't do this part. Just stay in this position. But what we're going to do is we're going to press up press up through the hands. Just to further that position. Okay, so we're just going a little bit deeper. You can kind of alternate between the two positions, taking 1 or 2 breaths and then pressing back up and letting the front body soften and lengthen, lifting from the chest but keeping the chin tucked. Last one. Okay, and we're going to press ourselves back to that child's pose position. So just bring your hands back like push-up position and shoot those hips back. Okay, so this time what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that left arm, slide it under the right, so we're gonna thread the needle. We're gonna keep our shoulders square to the ground though. And if you want, you can kind of bend this right arm and let your forehead rest on it. What I want you to do is I want you to kind of lean into that left shoulder. And you should feel a gentle stretch on the outer edge of the shoulder, and if you don't feel anything yet, don't worry. Just focus in on the breath. And as the tissue starts to yield, you might notice subtle shifts. The next inhale, we're just going to use the right arm just to press up slightly so we can get the left arm out. Then we're going to switch over to the other side. So taking the right arm, threading it under the left. And I want to keep my left armpit facing down towards the floor. So I don't want to turn. And we're just going to find that position that feels the most comfortable. And then I'm going to get you to kind of lean into that right shoulder until you feel a gentle stretch. And then finding the breath. On the next inhale, same thing, using the left arm, sliding the right arm out, and then we're going to go back onto our tummies. I'm going to get you to take your left arm, left forearm, and we're going to rest our head on it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bend that leg into a quad stretch. So grabbing the top of the foot, and all I want you to think about doing is really focusing in on the breath. And as you exhale, just squeezing the glute and pressing the front of the hip in towards the floor. That's going to deepen the stretch. Now, if you're not able to reach your foot like I am, you can also use a strap or a towel just to get a little bit more reach. Each time you exhale, squeeze that glute and press the front of the hip in towards the floor. Two more deep inhale and exhales. I'm going to get you to gently release the foot and just see if you can hold that position and very slowly drop the leg back down. Good. Let's switch over to the other side. Same thing. So we're just going to initially kind of let our body land in this position. Tuning into the breath, noticing the inhale, expansion, and exhale, collapse. And on the next exhale, you're going to squeeze that glute, press the hip towards the floor to deepen the quad and hip flexor stretch. Two more breaths. Nice big inhale, exhale. And exhale, squeeze the glute, press the front of the hip towards the floor. Okay, and then we're going to very slowly release the foot. Try to hold that position without the foot there or the hand there. And then slowly lower that guy back down. Nice. Okay, we're going to come up to a seated position. And this, you might need some pillows for the next couple ones, but we're going to sit nice and tall on our sits bones. If you have a hard time sitting tall on your sits bones, just throw a couple pillows underneath your little tushy. And then we're just going to walk our feet out a little bit and then press the soles of our feet together. going to take a nice big inhale, lengthening the spine. And then as we exhale, I want you to imagine you're tipping forward from the hips first. And then we're going to let the spine round. And we're going to fold forward. And just like I encouraged at the beginning of the video, don't worry about forcing yourself, as far down as you can. Just kind of let yourself settle. Use the breath to kind of guide your body to where it wants to open up. On the next inhale, just rolling that spine back up. And then we're going to move just a little bit deeper. So I'll get you to extend your legs out in front of you. And then I want you to just lift up and move yourself into straddle. Okay? So wherever that position is for you. And we're going to do the same thing that we just did with our butterfly. We inhale, lengthen the spine. And you're going to imagine tipping from the hips first. And then we're going to put our arms down. So we're going to use our arms as like little stoppers. So I want to encourage you to keep a really tall, long spine just for the first little part. Okay, and then I'm gonna get you to do like a cat-cow motion. So we're going to extend and think about arching the lower back, lifting the chest, and then we're gonna exhale and round. Inhale, arch, 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 lift the chin and chest, and then exhale, round. A couple more. And what I'm going to get you to do, if you do have some pillows, you can put them in front of you like I've got. And then I'm just going to let myself kind of rest forward. And then I'm going to actively think about relaxing my legs. Sometimes our legs, when we move into a deeper stretch, they can kind of like tighten up. And so I want you just to kind of go through the body, scan it, and let go of any tension. Okay, on the next inhale, sitting back up, we're going to move into our last pose. So we're going to use those pillows and we're going to lay our upper back over top of them. Okay, I'm going to press the soles of my feet together just like I was with that butterfly pose. And then I'm just going to recline, lay myself back, make sure that my upper back and neck are supported. And then if you want, you can put your arms out to kind of like a T position, or you can put them up overhead. Really what's most important is whatever position feels like the most nourishing. Okay? So don't put your arms up overhead if you're like, this is uncomfortable and I can't stay here. So we're just gonna be here for a little bit, okay? And just like in the other poses, just kind of scan your body and notice any tension that you can kind of let go of, letting the hips soften, the upper back relax. And then tune back into the breath. I'll get you to take a nice big inhale, bringing those knees together, and then the arms back in. We're just gonna roll over to the side to come out of that, just so we're not kind of shocking the body trying to do a sit-up. And then when you're ready, just coming up to a seated position. And that is our restorative sequence for today. Thank you so much for joining the movement.